24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, you know, the doctor, et cetera, or a 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh, brother.
Short-handed.
We're saving
No,
thousands,
this
you're
is
saving
hard
what?
trolling. Ronaldo's hard trolling. This is brain dead.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Okay. All right. So my argument here is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9-to-5.
Facts.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
Wait, is that actually a real tattoo or is that like a troll? That has to be faked, right?
See, that's the thing is you're right. You get up every day.
Let's
you
hope
go through
that's
the motions.
fake.
You don't have to get up.
Okay, it's fake.
Focus, you don't have
Good.
to be locked
That would have been bad if it's
Wake
not.
up, you go, you flip some patties,
Nah,
maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch that never
when you're a
turns
mail
off.
carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We
I'm
have to
still
deal with
slaving
thousands,
every day.
tens of thousands of people
Bullshit.
critiquing every little thing we do, every
Man.
decision we make, every thought we
You guys
have.
got it made, man.
Is
I
Lacey
wish I
trolling?
had it made like y'all.
We don't have
I
to go
wish.
He seems
sign a few
serious.
envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
We
you
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy, bro.
what's the next trend?
Because
What's the
the
next
shit I
idea?
go through every
Oh my
day,
God, I have to
and got
stream
dogs,
today.
And I got dogs that want to my ass
And
every
you have lunch
day.
breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're
Okay,
on
okay, he's
24/7.
he's trolling.
You got
High energy, 24/7.
I wish I could be at home like you and kick back and get paid
I don't
big
even,
money.
we're not even at
He's like,
home. We're
hard
walking around,
trolling.
we're walking
I
around
wanna
doing
do
things,
all of
going
that
to
because
parties, doing all
she
this
said
stuff.
you have
I gotta
lunch
straight
breaks.
Just for not even 100,000 a year. I gotta work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
You're not guaranteed?
I don't work. I don't get paid.
Okay,
It's simple
this
as
guy's
that.
actually
have a
hard trolling now.
Guaranteed pay if you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision if you don't want
I
to work.
gotta work at the job for
If
years.
I don't go live, I don't get
just
paid
to
either.
accumulate.
We don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people
Okay,
in the
okay,
chat
okay,
spamming
okay.
L's. Oh, this
Okay. This is hard trolling.
is Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me
Instead of-
24/7. I'd rather
oh,
do
look-
that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. F this 9 to 5 shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called
This is
fat all
hard
the time.
trolling.
Oh, so what? I get called fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm going to keep it a buck. That's your
Yeah.
homeboy.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy. You right. But check this out. My nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing a flag.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day, too.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey's Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey's Thugs are?
I can't go out in
Professionals?
public without 10 kids coming up and asking for a picture. Do you know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever.
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's going to last forever. Having a job, being
That's
a
why
cook,
you gotta
you
grind.
have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get a
No, I'm asking
trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would
Job.
you do? If you lost completely all your YouTubers, you had nothing, no one watched you anymore, I didn't even watch you anymore, what would you have to do? You would have to actually go to work. Oh my God, did I just cuss at you?
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You got to go into your setup, though, and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But
and
no,
stuff
he
like
lost
that.
everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever.
you're-
He would
you're-
have to turn
yeah,
around.
but you're proving my point.
You would have
You're
to turn
proving my
around.
point. You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all tomorrow.
Yeah, but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You can go cook over here, cook over there. You
could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook.
You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see.
I see a lot of them.
Yo, Lacey, it's the truth.
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal, I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find.
Okay. Like these guys are actually like. No, Adaptive's just like hardcore trolling.
Brand deal.
But like, Lacey.
I gotta go find the 4 local cans. I gotta make
Lacey's actually trying to make it sound convincing. This guy's like hardcore trolling.
Not to mention,
You have to do work.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
No, Ron's hardcore trolling too.
My name is Ron.
Okay. Jason's hardcore trolling too.
35 years ago, I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted
No,
to be a
Adaptive is
creative
like
artist.
hardcore trolling.
I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing.
You can literally
But
see
in
him
the South,
cheesing while he's
a lot
saying
of
that.
racism,
He's like
back in
hardcore
the 60s
cheesing.
and the 50s, people didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
you get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done it?
You get spoiled. No.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled, and your mama and daddy keep giving it to you.
Rhonda,
Because
guys, I got a question for Rhonda. I got a question for Rhonda. Rhonda, have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30 days straight,
24
hours a day.
day and night. No break.
We all streamed.
That ain't even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3. You have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
You know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
When have you
clean
ever
up
ran? You
vomit,
never ran a 3-minute ad.
pass trays, you short-handed. You
Talk
don't
about the fake
outlook.
relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now keep.
It's fake
Think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine
Sure.
every little person. We call them parasocials. They judge your
Parasocials.
relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and judging you.
got caught with
based
my
on it.
ex
I
in
got caught with
public.
my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health. When you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you. And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about what people.
Okay, why'd they just cut to that girl
what they
waving her
say
flag?
about you.
That's our
Our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or a 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh, brother.
Short-handed.
We're saving
No,
thousands,
it's
you're
just
saving
hard
what?
trolling. Ronaldo's hard trolling. That is brain dead.
Alright, so you said
No,
30 days so far, right?
that's
My argument is
insane.
that none of you guys actually.
We're
pay
saving
work.
thousands, he
And it's
said.
all your filmers,
Of
your
what?
editors, your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
For the hard trolling.
No, because here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
Go.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
What, is this just like a fucking gang battle?
Every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we
What?
get sponsors from these companies that have 9 to 5s, right? These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a year.
Why is she laughing? Bro, nah, she's making me mad. Why is she giggling? I actually feel like they're wrong.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9 to 5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier
Yeah.
because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Makes
security.
it easier
Talk about
for
raises.
Makes it easier for 9 to 5 people to have a job because their pay is
Yeah,
guaranteed.
when you go to work every day, everyone's
so you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you someone who works a doctor,
the
it's
game's
obviously
on.
To my
different.
chat
But if you're
too,
talking
and got
abroad,
800,
9 to
it's not
5,
too
someone who doesn't
shabby
need
at
a
all.
degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer, yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas, you have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas now. Okay,
Yeah,
we're talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to
that's
start with
one
though?
way that
But it
it's
doesn't
easier.
make. But
Well,
you're not
you
even.
started with
You're not
pay.
even. You keep switching it. So why don't
I'm
you
not
answer my
switching
question?
anything.
You know, you 100% are. So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing. It's like what
Stuff
is
that you need
difficult.
creativity. You need to get out of your circle, comfort
Sure.
zone.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube.
much YouTube.
So it's the same thing. So the people
Absolutely,
that you're
yeah.
entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this
yeah,
is entertainment.
Entertainment
But
as
my
a
question
job
to you
doesn't have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully, you could sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that, I'm just using that because that's the best
Sure.
example,
Yeah,
is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
In the
there's
sense of
hard
everyday
physically,
activity, because
there's
some
hard-
people around here said, "Oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m." Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with millions
When
of people.
you're creating that content and you have your phone,
Okay.
you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
You're not dealing with
Not true.
coworkers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, "Oh, we're not doing it anymore"? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on a camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing, tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number
Okay,
of hours that
perfectly.
you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that, yeah.
No. Let me hear me
Yeah,
out.
go ahead.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most
Sure.
important thing in
Watch
life. So
your
you
hand
build
on
that
his
with your
shoulder.
coworkers and stuff like that.
Sorry, bye. See you later.
So you have a lot of flags.
What's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. Hang on. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right. Nine to five. Hey, look good though. Yeah, we good.
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home, but if I didn't, I would have to cook for my friend at the time, does all of that stuff for me when I get home, but if I didn't, I would have to
This
cook for
is
myself,
brain
get
dead,
to bed in
bro.
time, and wake up in time to go back
This
to
is
my
just
job.
dumb.
You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long have you
berated.
been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel the world and have other
So
opportunities.
you're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple. So you're saying like to go back to the beginning.
Yeah,
you're saying,
like okay, like
Should get to
she.
relax.
There is no relax. I think she thinks of like, fuck. I'm gonna sound sexist,
and
bro.
travel the
Fuck.
world and have other
so
opportunities.
you're just saying a lot of points.
she's looking at like a
and you actually
like the
get to
OnlyFans
relax
girl
and
perspective, I
travel the
think.
world
You know what
and
I
have
mean?
other opportunities.
Like guys is like different for like streaming, no?
Mm-hmm.
So you were saying like to go back
Like
to
it's
the
like
beginning, you
pretty
were saying, like, you can
like
manage,
the
like, your
streaming
time
is like
with
try
relationship.
hard.
Was that correct? Like you have
It's not
your
like
girlfriend, you
relaxing
go
and like
home,
if you're
I
going to
unfortunately have
Japan
a
or some
support
shit, it's
system,
not
but
like
I
relaxing.
every day
You're
like
just
ask
like
myself how I
you have
was
to like
able to do it without.
Example.
do some
so
dumb
you say
shit to make
14 you
content,
started,
you know what I mean?
started at 16 for about 3
Not
years.
just, like,
I was making
do
money, and
nothing,
it slowly
kind of.
went super up.
Yeah,
and then
yeah, I
all
can't
of a
really
sudden
explain
it
it,
went
but
down. Right, I lost everything, fell off completely. About to myself. It's a real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9-to-5 worker has been there.
So
That's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support system. I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my, like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making more than my rent.
Yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every month.
I was in the
I
red
got
every
you.
single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
whammy.
across the country. So it's like when you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support system?
I don't like why she laughing, bro.
Okay, so I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
It is.
But my mom. How's that privilege? Before
It's privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to
What is
take
that?
9
That's
to
a whole different
5s.
discussion. So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of
when they
people
working
don't
9 to
have
5s?
families that support them or accept
But that's a
them.
whole different conversation. What does that have to do with the 9 to 5?
Because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privileged?
Yeah, see, that's
I mean,
like-
we moved into
it's
a
like
one-bedroom in
hypocrite.
Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to.
Okay, but like she's actually a hypocrite though. No, it doesn't matter. Like what?
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me.
By her
to
terms,
have
everyone's
certain
privileged,
opportunities to
which
make
we
money
are.
in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
Essentially, what she's saying is everyone that's not in a third world country is
goals that way. I
privileged.
set up my life
But
that
like
way.
she
I know
doesn't
I
think
would do
that
what I
she's
wanna do.
privileged.
If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys
Strange.
say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not
not.
secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings,
But
to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day,
Yeah.
even if
Let's
you
say I
lose,
lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral
But that's-
videos. Even if people are hating on
that's
you and
not
shitting on you,
necessarily-
that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of $1,000s.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
Okay. No, these guys are hard trolling when it comes to this like which is harder part, but like she was tripping on what she was talking about when they like strayed away from like the job or whatever. Like that girl lost her mind. I can't lie.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Gabe, how we doing?
I'm doing good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing. It's a weekly thing. It's a monthly thing.
Their logic is all flawed. Everyone wakes up and does this daily routine.
It's a year.
Streamers included. What did they thought we were like aliens or something?
It's a
You're like, you know what I
life
mean?
thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always.
But I agree. Like most regular jobs are harder than streaming, obviously. But also matters like what streamer you are too. Like if you're like streaming to 10,000 people, then yeah, your job is like easy as fuck. But like if you're like 200 viewers, like on the cusp of like living paycheck to paycheck, it's like stressful as fuck. Like that's different. You know what I mean?
to be careful because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're going to lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers, and you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for
Streaming
you
is a
as long as
choice,
you're producing
LMFAO.
content. People who screw up at their
Everything in
jobs
your
and
life
lose
is a
their jobs,
choice,
and
including
maybe
taking
there's
the
a
job that you're
recession, there's
taking.
not a lot of jobs,
Nope.
as could be now. They get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you,
Yes.
you need to build that over years
Okay,
and years and
okay.
years and hours of
Okay,
trust
all right.
and communication
Sacrifice.
and intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you.
Look, the
you
things-
don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2
Of
million
course
subscribers,
not.
3 million
Of course
subscribers.
not. It takes work for sure. But like what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, man.
We have to,
You already know what you're doing.
we have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take
what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty.
There's a
trick
lot
shot.
of butthurt people
I
in this
don't
chat
think
that are
anybody
actually
in
just
this room
wrong
could hit a
too.
crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quick scope.
I don't know if
So
that's
I had
something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years,
Okay.
right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And then I had to do Faze Clan, build Faze Clan out, fix Faze Clan, and then
Okay.
do streaming.
Okay.
So
And
you're
with how many
constantly-
people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
Yeah, all of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
When I was trick
Was
shotting-
it just you? Like
No. It
Okay.
was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
That's
and
what
if
you
it
did
didn't
in the
exist,
first
if
place.
it didn't exist, you couldn't press play,
Bro.
you couldn't press record.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yo.
But like, wait, hold on one sec. You're not gonna realize, cause like you're just like your emotion is too attached. Like, let me show everyone. You can ask Casio, bro. Streaming is 5,000 times easier. It's like he's trying to use that to help his case.
Then
Yeah.
boom, there you go.
Right, but I also had to spend years earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you just want to get
Riz.
paid to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
Look at cynics.
I'm Vicky,
Cynic.
and my perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete with the physicality.
brother.
You guys just
What?
just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone.
know.
is very different.
So wait.
Very different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around. Get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all
Bet.
day. You never sit down.
I hear you, I
You're
hear you.
I built a
breathing in.
house.
You're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your
Just
job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So your
Your
thing-
No,
job
she
is-
has to be
is
trolling now.
relaxing. You're just talking into a
Everyone's
Listen,
just trolling.
So your whole
She
thing.
doesn't get that.
Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not
No, no,
physical.
no, but-
I'm saying that
I
a
just-
9 to
y'all let
5
me talk for a
job where
second.
you physically have to do
So-
some hauling around stuff.
So
and
physically, I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into a mic.
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't. You can't hold.
What? You can't hit a crane shot. This guy thought it was fucking high rise, kid.
A controller
Talk to
and make a ever trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't 1080. You can't hold a controller
Talk to
and make a 200K montage.
Talk
You
to
can't.
him, man.
No one in here can.
Come on, man.
None of you can.
But you
none
can
of
carry
you-
some, just
none of you
some
could
hair and makeup.
And you
physically
have
go
to do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually,
What?
actually, yes.
18 hours a day, kid. 16 hours a fucking day, kid.
And then your day is never
You
done.
talking
When
about,
you're done
kid?
doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace
don't know-
all of the
wait,
things
wait.
that you use?
No. Listen,
You have to
Vicky,
clean
listen,
all of
Vicky.
your gear.
You don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You
done.
don't know about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these things?
Yo, this guy's actually speaking the truth.
You don't know about if the
He said
Elgato
the Elgato isn't on, bro. Were you recording?
wasn't
The
on.
fuck? I just hit a fucking clip.
Oh my God, disable
Elgato?
resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disabling and resample,
Oh my God.
my montage is fucked. Your main underlining argument here is what you do is physically
Daily, day to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and
Yeah.
hard than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing. You cannot physically trick shot. You could never. I would go as far
Okay,
as
so how many hours a day do you trick shot?
I don't think.
How many hours
guys
a
ever do.
day
I mean, why are they lying? He's not wrong. Like, she can't trick shot.
do you trick shot? How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However
Every
long I
day, 12
needed
hours
to.
a day
However
trick
long I
shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries
Honestly,
a barrage
more than that.
physicality, jumps off and stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 1010. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God.
Get
that
to
he would
last
be
as
my
if
sense
they
all the
know
way
what
up to
that
1010.
means.
I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be
Y'all
in the
laughing,
right
he's
spot,
not trolling.
throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down. I gotta have my rotations.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Talk about dead zone.
There is no dead zones back
Thing
then.
is, for the most part, but that is
No.
not all
That guy's tripping.
YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us. I gotta. IRL.
She's actually not. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, his job, like his specifically, is more dangerous than hers. Come on. If she's talking about like danger of being a makeup artist, surely like Ronaldo with 30K viewers IRL streaming is more dangerous, bro. Would like anyone just like pull up and like shoot him or something? No.
IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us. I gotta.
Wait.
They're laughing, but that's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and almost
died.
Almost
Because he
decapitated
quoted
him
his
when he
thoughts.
was-
Yeah.
My name is Thelma. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
She looks very
I am very
reasonable already. Like, I could just tell she's about to be reasonable. We'll see if my suspicions were correct.
Last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children.
Librarian. Wait, I feel like I'm a genius. Oh wait, okay, I didn't even read the occupation before I said this.
Librarian with
She's not? Okay, fuck.
elementary school children. I have been an executive secretary, legal. Very
quiet, peaceful.
Yes, all that.
Anyway, he read the same thing. That's what I was like saying.
Yes, yes, all that. You know, because it's who you are. That you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9-to-5ers, and we interact and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
What?
You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting.
That could be
with
true, though.
people like
What
we
you
do.
say.
So what are we doing right now?
Interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait, isn't she debating for us? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me.
There's millions of people who watch the video and
Yes.
save lives every
Yes.
day. Probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out into the club.
I mean,
at
that's
night,
like,
staying
that's
out
not,
through 10
it's
o'clock.
not
they
like,
want to watch our videos.
You know about going out
Fully
into the
wrong.
clubs at night, staying
There
out till
probably
3
is some
o'clock in the
people like
morning,
that, but-
trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having
get-
fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
So what I'm saying is like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people
Whoa.
like this.
okay.
Oh,
Now,
whoa, boy, yo,
What kind
yo.
of shit's going on?
you go to the club You get to put some shades on and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You chose that. You chose this life.
That's the thing. We can't.
And
can't
that's what's
do what
happening
you do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9 to 5, you dealing with people. You touching people's hearts,
We deal with
souls,
people too.
mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many bands we meet a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I think,
any entertainment?
Oh my
Of course, I watch.
So do you
entertainment.
ever,
I got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course, I
So
laugh.
then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make you
real.
feel better?
When I'm
Did it
watching
make you, wait, did it make you feel better?
Then what make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have you
all
ever been
depends
entertained
on
and been
what's
like,
coming.
oh, I feel good?
Some of it is fake.
right now.
Some of it is fake.
You see, you're not answering.
So
me.
now let me.
Okay, well, let me answer because I'm debating him.
Okay, yeah.
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now.
all
Go
right,
ahead.
come on.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys would do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
Do you know? You just like you. Wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
I'm saying what we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hands
single
shaking,
day.
their hands shaking.
Like you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had
Ben
kids come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life. Have kids come up to me and say these things.
Fuck, what is she gonna say to what? What can she say to that though? Because that's actually true too.
I'm Robbie.
Come on, bro.
I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your
loves
mom
it.
and say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so rude,
Nigga,
honestly.
She works 2 of them.
Okay,
she works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She could work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just said. You don't watch me because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get
single
judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got taxed. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit
Nice,
there and just
ruffian.
meat pack all day just to really
That's
realize
for
that,
21.
what, maybe 20
That's right,
years I'm
638.
sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
Okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah, well.
Come on, bro.
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
if I make it fun,
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no, is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous, I'm not gonna lie. But
You're on his diesel.
okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to.
No, listen. Listen to the time that I wake up. I wake up maybe 3, 4 p.m. Know what I'm saying? I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them. No, let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now I wake up, I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments. Now, you know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure that my yeah.
He's got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So,
Yeah,
you know.
this, you know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video.
You can tell when they go into like the like hardcore trolling phase. I think like actually half the time they're not trolling, and then like half the time they're actually like hardcore trolling. It's like a switch that they flip.
After work, like I could just game it after work, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we could just scrabble something around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m., I'm still probably thinking I gotta do something for stream. My mind is
Do you know what's crazy?
My mind
9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work
He
today.
already did
I did my work today.
You took the same boss already.
They're actually hard trolling.
I don't want to hog the space here too much, but do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
You're losing me.
Kill
No, I don't know this. I don't know.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
It means-
is that racist?
Wow.
Get this racist out of here. There's no social views. Oh, you're back?
Baby, I want to say to you,
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah.
That's what I
What?
want.
It's literally a different person, and he said she's back. That is
So when you say shit like that,
literally a different ass person.
Do I not like people?
you said
I'm an
you
introvert.
said,
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
and that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
Okay,
I'm a
trolling.
superhero, no cape.
Superhero, no cape. I bet.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
You think streaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they
Bro,
judge.
why is
my
everything
relationship.
like
I
a
had break up
competition? Like
with
my
girlfriend
job is harder than yours.
I
Who
loved
cares,
so
bro?
dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
Nah,
again-
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide. I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to
so
do.
you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human
if I
touch
was flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch.
Well, you wouldn't have had the girlfriend in the
Being a
first place.
streamer,
Let's be
you have
real.
to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. A 9 to 5 person, maybe one,
But
two, three.
okay, and then back to my point. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though. The point
No,
is
that's my point. That's my point.
streaming is harder
Was
than 9 to 5.
that
That's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He
Yeah.
ran up a
I ain't
bag.
gonna lie,
He did it for a bag.
But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick
This is just.
something that I'm passionate about, emotion?
What is a dap cooking that brain, bro? Bro, is actually Patrick Star fucking thinking back there.
Lala Costa.
Lala Costa?
Bro's like that one Patrick Star emote. It's like brain dead.
To get a 9 to 5. That you could create yourself.
Oh, shit.
Like, you would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't? What? Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off of.
You feel stuck.
I feel stuck, yeah.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching it?
Mm.
Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
All the time.
it's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
That
I
TV
have to-
show can't. It's done. What happened to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no, I'm saying if
Baby,
if thousands of you
Honey.
stopped watching.
I think you guys are mixing
Yeah,
all the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
If your
It's
father would
gone.
stop, would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but pivot. That's the point.
What? She didn't even get to say a word. They just switched.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a professional model. But
Okay.
I've worked since I was at the age of 14.
Okay.
I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more stop than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
absolutely your job is just got lucky because you're a gamer.
Yeah, I agree.
There's so many
I agree.
people like you
I was
out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
everybody's an influencer.
No, it's luck.
But
So many.
Everyone's lucky.
But specifically what I do.
I think everyone
I'm
in
not
life
pushing
is lucky, has
selfies
like a
around the
base.
world. You know, it's basically all pure.
Like
it's
if
all
you're in like
pure
America.
talent.
Okay.
Can I just
Or like a first
why
world
is he
country.
lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I
It's
was a
like
professional
everything's
Call of Duty
straight
player,
luck.
like, the
So you were
gaming.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I was
camera.
16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
you,
So
you weren't really thinking of what should I do
Minus
with my
like the
life?
skill
what should I
part
study? What
of
should I,
like the
where
actual
do-
like
where
being
does
good
my
at
life
video
go?
games.
You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because-
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours.
Yeah, no,
That's
yeah,
what
it,
we
it,
do,
yeah,
too. We go
yeah,
to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think people who don't have a job, they feel like they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even
She's a
having
model
job
talking about
is some
luck,
sort of
LMFAO.
luck.
I
She
mean,
said,
it's just
how
like,
many
bro,
people of us could do
everyone
this?
is like
It's one of a million,
unironically like
whatever.
hypocritical, but they just don't realize it.
Has to be the best. So how are you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
his
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got
Is
four.
he-
I got
No,
four
no,
last
but
year. No. Let me give my statistics. There was over 300,000.
Hypocritical
people
when
that
it comes to
played Warzone
everything
last year. It
in
was the game
life,
that I
not
played.
just like this subject.
I got fourth. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling
That's
him
like-
you're
So that's not luck. That's
like
pure.
less than
That's pure
1%.
skill.
So you're dismissing, is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky? Are they lucky?
I mean,
No,
they have a
weren't.
talent. They have
They
a
were-
talent.
they had a
but
team.
as-
So what
you
do
know
you
how
do?
many talented people out there and don't get the chance, they don't get the shot at it?
I don't want to take up his time. So
That's not what I'm saying. Not at all.
I don't know if I agree with that. What she's
I said a
saying.
lot of people are talented, don't get the shot to do what he does.
Or people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. There was
That's
no
hard.
one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was just. You dead ass?
Yo, you being serious?
Why you laughing?
Why are they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
And yeah,
So that's not. I mean, if that's fucking.
stand on it, stand on
if
it.
I
that's
respect
luck,
that.
Where's
That's
the
a
luck
lot.
at in that equation?
I respect
Is there a
that.
percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But
God bless.
off of specifically pure talent. And I worked on that since I was 16.
Some
Again,
luck, some
I
luck.
work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you.
Yeah.
Just talk in general. And there's so many people that are very talented, never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go the right path. They don't meet the right people. So there are so many even talented actors here. They never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, you know what, I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
It's a freaking video game.
It's a talent.
Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly, that's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and
couldn't
do
do
what
it.
I do.
You couldn't do
That's
it.
a skill.
Your son couldn't do it.
Some
Your
people-
grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't.
son's grandkids could never do it. They could never do it.
Anything that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours
can't.
a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. Bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not
good
think
enough
Do you not
content,
think if you're talented at something,
maybe.
it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not like
You don't think you don't think it's talent.
Oh,
You're
she's
just
an
too old
actual
to understand.
boomer.
That's-
Yeah, I agree. I think
can't-
Adapter's actually being serious here, and I agree.
I'm-
She's actually just too old to even understand what's happening. Like, does she think what does she think video games
Y'all
like
couldn't
Pac-Man or something?
ever play FNCS.
Or like Tetris or something?
It's
I
the
gotta
same
keep it a
shit.
buck. There's a disconnect.
Same
You come
shit.
from a generation where this didn't exist. This career, you looked at this career and you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on content creation and esports?
Oh.
When you grew up, this didn't exist. So no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit because you're from a completely different generation. You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around it.
Oh.
And it's fun, but it's like
That's
again, it's
okay.
Oh, you gotta fight back.
Yeah,
You gotta fight
that's
back.
not even like a flame. Like, that's just true. No, that's not even why. Like, why is everyone saying like, oh shit, like it doesn't? Who cares? It's all good. You don't have to learn about games. Who cares?
Go on.
But like, she just doesn't know anything. Obviously, you can just tell. It's all good though.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, nice to meet
This
you.
What's up?
past,
My name's Ronnie.
you were talking about job security. Are you familiar with
shit.
layoffs?
This
with
is
being
gonna be-
furloughed? Like taking
We
it back
fall
to
off.
that's being what? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar. Everything. You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
The same way
reinvent.
you can do if you get laid off. You get a
Yeah,
new
that's
job.
it's kind
okay.
of is it not the same concept? Like
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media." That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
I know,
And
but
then-
I know, but if you lose a job, you
You
can't.
just get another
No,
one?
you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching for another one for 10 months. I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my resume.
I uploaded videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did you uploaded 7 videos and didn't get any views?
Went to school, and
7
still
years,
And paid
not 7
rent?
videos.
Yes, I still worked. I worked
Oh, so that you had another job.
as a parking attendant. Yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
Okay, and then if you look at her life, she's just saying this to win the argument. Does anyone actually give their 100% effort at their job at all times, ever? Anyone in the history of humanity? Obviously not. So she's just a hypocrite.
Wait, he's waiting for.
When cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well, that's,
Just to
that's-
try to win the argument.
Security.
Like, it's just
That's a
cancer.
one-nine
I go like this.
to
I
It's
go like
actually
this. Yo,
cancer.
Right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can master it with, my
But people
my
play.
next.
Millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
Even
Gifted?
even
What are they,
airplane
Mozart?
pilots don't even try in their job. They just, bro, some of them literally drink and like go to sleep with the autopilot on. That's it.
I don't think you're a Mozart that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely
That they have their opposable
the
thumbs
most
like
gifted-
so good.
That's like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso.
I don't think they drink. You don't think there's ever been pilots that shown up drunk on the job? You don't or slightly drunk at all? If you believe that, bro, you're just delusional, I think.
I'm saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament and win it.
You
And
couldn't.
win it.
You couldn't. You couldn't.
Perhaps.
You couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't.
Qualify.
You couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it,
I know.
but
So but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing.
I'm
Like,
not
oh,
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill. It's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill.
it's
I
easy.
didn't say.
How do you know? How do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I
don't.
played Mario Kart.
You're dismissing what he does.
Regardless, 100% pilots have drank at the job. One fucking shot or something. 100%.
You just dismiss.
I'll put my
I'm not
life on
dismissing,
that,
I'm saying
obviously.
that-
Some of them do.
It's
That's
not a
easy.
skill. It's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill. I didn't say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill.
All right, wait,
You can't
what's
even
she
find your
saying? I
OBS
missed
stream
it.
key. You couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't.
qualify.
You couldn't.
What do you mean?
Certain games.
Genuinely,
That they have their opposable
the
thumbs
most
like
gifted-
so good.
That's like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso.
That's
Like what?
I'm saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months.
Oh, she's saying
go
anyone
pick up a
could just,
controller,
be a
go
gamer?
Hop in this $1 million tournament
You
and
could
win
never.
it.
You couldn't.
Perhaps.
You couldn't. You couldn't.
Perhaps.
You couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't.
Qualify.
You couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't?
You can't even find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it,
I know.
but
So but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing.
I'm
Like,
not
oh,
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill. It's not a talent.
That's
I said it's a
easy.
skill. I didn't say it's a talent.
That shit's easy. You just win any tournament, $1 million tournament. Just go play League. You just become challenger and beat Faker.
said it's
Fuck
a
it. This
skill.
shit's
It's a
easy.
skill that you
But
can
how do you
own and
how do
you
you
can
know how do you know if it's
Shit's
easy
easy,
if you
kid.
haven't done it? Like if
I
you don't.
played Mario Kart.
I
I
was-
played other games.
All right, we played Mario Kart.
No, not a professional level because that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know.
All right, we just play Counter Strike and beat simple. Just fuck it.
But
Just
you
do
don't
it.
understand what
This
it
shit's
takes
hella
to be on
easy.
that sort of level. So how can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is harder?
What
How
is-
do you know?
what
But how
does
do
it
you
take
know?
to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked at 9 to 5.
Yeah. What
so
does it take to be on that level?
Just gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work
Uh-huh.
and editing and filming and constantly.
I'm just
having
talking
to
about pure
innovate and
skill. As far as like the
reinvent
videos and stuff like that, just off pure skill.
I had
you
to
did-
put tens of thousands of hours
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
studies.
zone tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also I can circle back and give
Do
you
you know how to
different
short launch
terms
pad?
from
When
my
you're trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving, do you know
I
how to
don't know
short?
No,
launch
I
it?
don't. But
Exactly,
if I want,
you couldn't, but Excel sheet, we could do Excel sheet.
no, but exactly. I
They're
can
just
go-
talking. They're just talking game.
These
with
refreshes
As a
don't come to
babysitter,
you.
I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to, you would.
If us four
Wait, what?
3 days. You don't
Wait,
think we
are they
maximum
arguing like what is harder to like? Wait, what are they arguing? Wait, what is this prompt? Is this prompt what is harder skillfully? Obviously, like being a top tier esport player is harder than being a babysitter. Surely we all know that, right?
Oh,
I don't think she knows that though. I thought it was like hard as in like what is like a toll on your life, like stressful and like you know what I mean.
But let me say,
that's what I thought hard
3
meant
days
in this
about a
context.
video game. Do you think you could be that talented as me?
If I wanted to, I would.
So let's pay for her, whatever it is. Give you 3
please.
days, but if you lose, you got to give us it back in double.
No, that's not how the job works. You pay me, I'll get the job done.
I will literally give her
I would say,
500
in a
trillion to
sense,
1
yes,
odds
because you have to put in the
if
work.
she could go pro in
And
Counter
you
Strike
gotta
and
be
beat fucking Simple.
on 24/7.
$1 for
It's difficult to
500
answer that
trillion.
question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame, in this era.
Unironically,
And
no troll, dead serious. Like, actually, not even like hyperbole or anything. There is genuinely a higher chance that the world ends within the next 5 days than that girl spending her life playing Counter-Strike and getting even to main on ESEA. Even, like, not even semi-pro, just to main.